All right, hey guys, welcome to another 2025 First Ride. My name is Ryan Nitzen, I'm with Cycle News, and this is the 2025 Honda CRF250R Works Edition. That's a mouthful. This is the first year that the Honda has had a 250 Works Edition. They've had a 450 Works Edition in the past. So what is this bike? Obviously, it's new for 2025. The Honda 250 gets the same updates as the 450, new frame, new bodywork, new airbox design, all the things that you saw. If you haven't seen our video, you can check out our 2025 Honda CRF250R Standard Edition First Ride. I'll tag that video up top here. Okay, so KTM kind of started the Factory Edition, Works Edition movement, if you want to call it. But for me, KTM does it where they bring out what's going to be changed with the new bike. So like the 24.5 this year had a new frame, and the 25 Standard gets that frame moving forward. But for me, Honda has a little bit different MO. So this bike is $2,300 more expensive MSRP than the base model MSRP. This is $10,599 versus $82,99. So big difference in price, but Honda is throwing a ton of parts at this thing. Not necessarily new stuff like a new generational update, just a ton of aftermarket parts right from the get-go. So I got my whole cheat sheet here on what they offer. I'm gonna break you guys down and show you what you get with the 25 Works Edition. All right, so starting off, the standard bike gets a cable clutch. The Works Edition 250 gets a hydraulic clutch. You got a full Yoshimura tie system, header and muffler, a new twin air filter, throttle jockey HRC team graphics with the ribbed seat cover, gripper with the ribs. You get the red metallic cylinder head cover with hand polished cylinder ports. You get DID LTX rims, Kashima coated outers and lowers on the forks, a black anodized axle holder, a larger 18mm shock shaft with the titanium coating. You get these really trick finger adjusters on the fork, a DID gold chain, gray metallic coated triple clamps, Renthal Kevlar grips, specific mapping to go with the porting and the exhaust. And then you also get MX-33 Dunlops with a wider 110 rear tire. Okay, so picture this, you're already at the Honda dealership, you're forking out over $8 grand for a new bike. We all know it's expensive, but when building this thing, is it saving you money in the long run? I'm on Rocky Mountain right now, Yoshimura RS12, full system for the CRF250R, $1,320, free shipping to my door. So take off another $1,300 right off the top. You got a full set of DID wheels, that's gonna run you about $800. Seat cover graphics, that's about $200. The coatings on the fork and shock, the porting on the cylinder head. I think personally, if you're gonna build a CRF250R and this is the stuff that you wanted on the bike, in that sense, retail price, it's worth it. If you know the suspension guy down the street and he's gonna do your coatings for cheap, okay, maybe you have a deal there. To get this larger shock shaft, to get the coatings, to get the cylinder porting, for it to just come straight out of the box like that, to me, I don't want to be tearing my cylinder apart and having to go down to the shop and have somebody do it or ship my motor out to get it done. To me, I think it's worth it. Yes, you're forking out more money right out of the gate, but in my eyes, you buy it once and it's good to go. Obviously, it's not your personalized suspension setting in the front or rear, but I'm hoping with the clickers and stuff, we can dial it in today. I'm a little bit big to be riding a 250, but I have so much fun riding it. I really liked riding the new CRF250R when we were here a few weeks ago, and I'm excited to put this thing to the test with all the spicy mods on it. I love the way it looks. It looks like a factory bike. I mean, how can you go wrong? Factory Honda. Yeah, we're gonna get suited up, head out first ride here at Fox Raceway, and we'll be back in a minute. All right guys, just wrapped up our first ride today on the 2025 Honda CRF250R Works Edition, the RWE. Long day at Fox Raceway, track was really good this morning. There's a lot of people here, so it got really beat up pretty fast. But what I noticed most about riding this bike, this is the first year they've had a 250 Works Edition. They've had the 450 in the past, obviously, but new generation 250, and then with the Works Edition package, what I noticed right out of the gate is just the suspension had a lot more plush feeling. I feel like this bike with the coated forks and the bigger rear shock shaft, you can hit stuff harder. So when you're coming off a big jump or a big landing, I feel like it absorbs the jump better. It's more plush, and then it has a more lively feel. Not more reboundy, but you're able to bounce off stuff, and the bike doesn't feel as dead. I feel like sometimes the Showa forks kind of have like a dead feeling, that they don't come back or have a plushness on top. This bike, you feel like you can ride the edges of the track and hop off braking bumps, and it kind of feels like mountain bikey, like you're able to pop off stuff and jump around. And to me, that was really fun, and the control you have, the confidence you have of jumping stuff made it a lot more fun to ride over the stock bike. Obviously, the coatings look sick. I think looking at the bike, it's a stunner. It looks like a factory Honda. Another thing with the new bike, you're gonna get this full Yoshimura system and the internal motor work. We just rode the 250 Standard Edition a few weeks ago, and this bike automatically feels a lot more responsive, even in the initial map. I think across the board, all 3 maps feel more responsive, more engaged. The initial crack of the throttle is a lot snappier. And then I put it into the aggressive mode earlier today, and that's pretty much what I rode in all day. You have better initial roll on, and then it has just a nice carry from the bottom to mid, and it holds the power better, I think. Like I said, it just feels like the stock version woken up more. You have the pipe, you have the ECU tune, and then you have the porting and polishing. I bet if we crack this thing open, it's probably just polished. I can't imagine they're really gonna do a whole lot of porting to each model, but you definitely notice a difference, and it definitely feels more engaged than the standard bike. It feels like it's just pepped up and a better version of the standard bike. All right, so at the beginning of the video, our big question was, is this bike worth the extra money? To me, if you're gonna buy all this stuff retail, I think you should just bite the bullet anyways. If you know you're gonna put wheels, if you know you're gonna put a pipe, you wanna do the coatings, to me, it's pretty cool that you can buy this bike right out of the factory. It has all that stuff. To me, the ECU tune, the porting or polishing, however you wanna call it, the coatings, like you're gonna have to go somewhere to get all of those things done. And if you just go to one place and get it done, and you roll it out of the showroom and it's already done, I don't wanna do the work. So to me, that's a lot nicer. And look at the price. This is basically what a stock KTM or Husqvarna is with no parts on it. So this thing comes fully done up from the factory. The parts do make a difference. It's not just for show. It's not like the KTM where you get maybe the next generation frame, or like last year's bike had the box tuner where it had the Lit Pro built into it. It doesn't have anything like that, but you're still gonna get a lot of cool stuff on it. And if you're one of these guys that knows you're gonna put a pipe on it, you know you're gonna put suspension on it, in my opinion, you might as well just get the Works Edition right out of the box. All right guys, thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, checked out our 2025 CRF250R Standard Edition first ride. We have that up here. We also have our 2025 CRF450R Standard Edition first ride videos in our channel. Be sure to check that out. And be sure to sign up for the Cycle News magazine, available every Monday night, absolutely free at cyclenews.com. You'll be able to find this bike and a whole lot of other news and first ride tests available for free. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, we'll see you guys out at the track.